Okay, hello everyone, long time no see. I am trying to complete this video series. We'll start with probably one of the more exciting parts, which would be the landing. We are, just to give you an idea of what's going on here, I'll give it a little pause. We are headed to Salt Lake on the arrival, the Delta 6 arrival, I believe it is. Let's see here, it's the Delta 6 arrival and landing 3-4 left in Salt Lake. We'll talk a little bit here about how I set up the approach. We are landing 3-4 left. We got 11.9 set down here in the center stack with a 344 course. We're going to be crossing flag at 6100, and we are going to bug a barrow mins of approximately 44.29, which is as close as you can get on flight factors right there. Got that set on both sides. We're using auto brakes 3. We're doing flaps 25 landing. And gives us a ref. It says 131, but 132 up here. I'll double punch it once we get out of pause. But yeah, that's the setup. As far as where we are on the arrival, we're just at Draper, and then I'm just gonna vector myself in to intercept the final course for 3-4 left, and we'll talk about how we do that. Main point of this video is to just kind of give a quick little tutorial on how to land the 7.5 flight factor 7.5. We should have these lights on as we passed 18. Put the let's unpause this. Put the turn off lights on. And we're going to clear ourselves to land too, being that it's flight sim and we're not eon bats or anything like that. So as we get to Draper, typically approach would have us vector off to intercept the final course, so we'll simulate that. This is why it's always a good idea to always have your heading to course lined up, and so then we can just quickly vector ourselves off. We will say we go heading of 030. In the Boeing livery today, getting a little bit of that turbulence coming off over the mountains, using V-States, Utah for the scenery. That's why it looks really nice. And we're going to have to descend as well. We'll just say let's descend and maintain 11,000. That's kind of where. And typically as you're getting below 10,000 feet AFE, it's a good idea to just use flight level change to get down. Now, as we are on heading now, we can extend ourselves off the line. In this case, probably just go off a Dunlop. Seems to be a good spot. Let's see what Dunlop's altitude is. Dunlop's at 8,000, so we'll just continue to descend at 8. So we get down there at level change, and then we'll take our FMC. Take this message, Dunlop, intercept course of 344, that's the final course. That looks good, we'll execute that, and then there's our nice line drawn out to Dunlop. Maybe get a little speed brakes. Looking at the green arc, look like it's going to be just before Dunlop, so let's just get down a little bit quicker, shall we? We also got to slow our aircraft up below 250, so a little bit of speed brake is going to help out with that as we come down. And we'll get a little closer on the zoom here. I'm really getting rocked around by this, by these mountains, which is not too far off from what you would encounter in the real world as well. Slowing, trying to go down. Slowed about 240 or so. Come on, speed brakes are out. Coming on in. Alright, I am gonna arm up the localizer. I'm just gonna say we're cleared for the ILS. It's a visual day, but we'll just say that we're cleared for the ILS. So the localizer's armed for right now. I'll just keep the speed brakes out so we can get down before Dunlop at 8,000. capturing. Heading centers up with course, which is nice on the 757. Some Boeing aircraft you have to center the course, such as a 73. We'll slow her down to about 210 or so is a good speed around here. Go ahead and put flaps 1 out. Let's do that. There we go. So now we're coming up. Now we're on the course. Now we can labs our procedures. So 6100 for flag. L. A. Get the localizer. VNAV. Open up the window. Now VNAV is going to protect us from all the altitudes all the way up to flag at 6100. And we'll just go ahead and continue to slow to 180. Get some speed brakes out. On this aircraft, once we get to about 180, a good, nice deck angle would be with flaps 5. So speed for flaps 5 is 220. We're below that. Go to flaps 5. Alright, we got 6100 in VNAV. Got the speed window open. Speed brakes are back in. Looks like we're going to be comfortably intercepting the glide slope right before flag is, which is what we want, 180. Cleared ourselves to land. Salt Lake should start to come into view here shortly. Autopilot's doing a great job keeping with the turbulence. As we're thinking, we always want to be thinking ahead of our missed approach procedure. So here we are on our final approach. Missed approach, climb to 4800, then climbing left turn to 8100. Outbound to hold at Stucco. So we will put 8100 once we intercept the glide slope. But now we need 6100 just so we can get to flag. Glide slope's above us, indicated by the magenta triangular symbol right there. We're on localizer, we're on VNAV path, life is good. Not having to do anything crazy. Just having to deal with a little bit of bumps as we get around. Alright, looks like we're kind of about radar altimeter started picking up the ground. That comes alive right around 2,500 feet above the ground. And wow, those winds are still swirling around the mountains. I'm using X-Enviro for the weather, so it's giving us a little bit more accurate picture on the weather. Alright, flags are next fixed. We're going to go ahead and arm up approach mode. That arms up our glide slope. Once we get the glide slope intercepts, I'm going to go ahead and also zoom in here a little bit closer. Glide slope's coming in nicely. We're going to go ahead, about a dot above the glide slope. And just so we don't have to change too much on power with the drag of the gear, right when we're getting about a half a dot above, go gear down, flaps 15, speed's good, and we'll continue to adjust our bugs, 160 or so, and we'll go flaps 20, and we'll continue to adjust our bug. Let's see here, what our double puncher, saying 131, so VREV plus 5, so 136 will be our speed. Flaps 25. We'll arm up the speed brake. Oh, just a little bit too much. Just a tad. Come on. Nope. Right there's good. Hopefully we get some speed brakes. Alright. Autopilot's coming off. Oh, we need to bug our missed approach altitude 8,100. Stabilized by 1,000 feet is what we're looking for. Coming up to 1,000. On speed, on glide path, on localizer. Autopilot's coming off. Auto throttle's coming off. Flying the aircraft. Alright, so let's see if we can pull this off. And Stay on those flight directors. Salt Lake's coming into view. Stay on speed. A little bit fast. Fix it. 500 feet, stable, on speed, on glide path, lined up with the center of the runway. Staying on those flight directors, staying on the glide slope. Try not to get a little excessive, got a little bit slow there, give a little bit of power. Alright, we're at minimums. We're landing the aircraft. A little bit off to the right here. We'll fix it. 50. Close idle. Bring the nose up for the flare, or just a little bit. Come on. There we go. There's the butter. And go into reverse. Fly the nose wheel down. Oh, for some reason the auto brake's disarmed. Idle reverse on the 7.5 is just good enough. Alright, 80 knots, coming out of reverse. And we can take the high speed. And that's how it's done. Not seeing a high speed for some reason. Not seeing a line to exit. There's Alpha 7. There's the line. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Salt Lake. Get it stopped. And that's all we got. Take a look at that replay. Let's see how we look like right here. A little bit of a crab for the wind coming in. Not sure I quite took out in the flare. Maybe a little bit of right rudder would have helped a little better with that. Right there. Pull the power off, it just kind of hung up. Alright, not quite center, but there's a touchdown. Flying the nose wheel down and on the center line there. And there it is. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. That is how to land the Flight Factor 757 on XPLANE. It wasn't 100% perfect, but it was safe. We were stable, and the end result was a butter landing in Salt Lake. Take care, everyone. We'll catch you on the next video.